Welcome to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite J. Andrews. Got the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, and yeah, cut him off in mid-sentence, so he had to pause.
Yeah, because I was cussing.
Yeah. But a lot went on this weekend. This week in wrestling. I've watched a little bit. I know you've watched some. We both put on the striped shirts and refereed the first ever Mississippi's first ever Lucha Libre event. Hosted by Hood Mark Lucha Libre Promotions.
Okay.
HMLL, as it's known on the internet. So you got CMLL, IMLL, and HMLL. Yeah, so Hood Mark Lucha Libre. The show, I think, was a big success. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was really a cool idea. I was glad to see it happen. I know it's happening in some states around us. And finally got to have one here in Mississippi. I'm almost jealous that we at Pro Wrestling Ego didn't steal the idea first. But
we've had matches like that.
Yes,
but not
right. But it wasn't a Lucha Libre themed show,
you know. I agree.
I don't remember all the results. Some of the guys' names I did not either A, get, or B, remember, just because there was a language barrier there with us and those guys. So that was fun on itself, was just trying to deal with that as far as the referee's concerned, trying to get the rules put over, and you know, you didn't know to count, you know, 1, 2, 3 or uno, dos, tres. I do wish I would have thought about it and counted in Spanish. I can't count up to 20 in Spanish. I almost wish I would have.
You're good.
Just would have set me apart, but you know, I'm dumb and didn't think about it till about the main event, so I didn't want to change my thought process. Up until that point.
I think technically neither one of them were Spanish, were they?
It's one's Cuban,
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So it was a fun time, all in all. I'd like to thank the Rutland Insurance, Kobe Rutland, Body Slam Media, John Paul with Four Corners Photography. Those are the guys that put the event on and had this brainchild and saw it come to life. So I really appreciate them letting us be a part of it. It's fun working with those guys. We all kind of, even though a lot of us are separate promoters, we try to make sure everybody is successful. They were right in our backyard, so to speak, as you know, it was just one town over and 8 minutes down the road from where we run our events at. But overall, it was a success. I refereed 3 matches. I refereed the dark match, which saw Riot take on Wes Warren, take on Hood Mark, which is the mascot for Hood Mark Lucha Libre Promotions. And surprise, surprise, Hood Mark, the mascot, did win. He won with Monty Warbucks' old move, like the
bareback.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see that, and it was a fun match, you know. Then I refereed the ladies match. We got to see Alejandra Linus take on Raquel Vaughn. That was really cool. Got to meet Nastico, who he managed the Linus. And I told him, hey, I appreciate you. Like, he's shared our posters and stuff over in Texas.
Oh, he's the one that had on the black mask, right?
So he was a nice individual. There was a little bit of a language barrier, you know, with him being from Texas and me from Mississippi. So you know, we got through the conversation well enough. But overall, it was a great match. Raquel, I think, would be a great fit in Chikara. She could probably hang out with Dasher Hatfield.
Yeah.
Seeing how she has a baseball themed character, and she ran the bases one time and delivered slid into base, which was Alejandra's face. And then to wrap it up, she threw a fastball pitch knockout punch.
Sweet. And
it was fast enough to knock out the Linus. So overall, it was really cool. The Linus did lose a claw. She had these long claws on.
Oh yeah, she came back and she's like, "Look at this."
And you know, you're like, okay, maybe they're just like, you know, stuck on or whatever. And they were stuck on, but when it ripped off the other day or two. So it was just all like blood and stuff coming out of her finger. And like a lion, she smelled blood and went on the attack. And she beat the stew out of Raquel for a few minutes. But overall, it was a fun match. And then I did referee the main event, but I'll talk about it last. What did you get to referee?
Let's see. The first match I refereed was actually a Louisiana versus Mississippi match.
Okay.
With a Minotaur versus Alex Graves.
Okay. How was that?
Alex Graves probably wishes he'd stayed at home. But he did a stir challenge.
Oh, and he got stirred, huh?
He got disturbed.
Yeah.
And Minotaur squished him like a bug. And dedication to Vader, hit him with a Vader bomb.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. He hit a hell of a choke slam on him.
Yeah, he hit a heck of a chop too, because I saw Alex Graves' chest afterwards.
Alex, you got beat up real good.
Way to get beat up. You work hard at that. So, you know, what's say, if you can't beat them, you get beat up by them. You know, that's what they say, right?
And then I got the next match, literally right behind each other. Antonio Garza versus, it's one of the main names I cannot pronounce. So
another guy.
Yeah, just look up the Antonio Garza match, and the match itself was really good. I think in real life they're student teacher.
Okay.
But it ended with a hell of a moonsault.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, I know. I told them, I was like, man, y'all should consider being a tag team, because they had similar gear, and which the opponent that we can't remember, like, he had a mask on, so it was really cool mask.
I remember. I couldn't pronounce his name when I'm looking at the guy. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know.
So that's what we get for being dumb hillbillies.
I kept going, hey bro, the whole match.
Hey amigo.
No, bro.
But I saw I just saw the last little bit of that match, and it was a very nice moonsault. I do have to agree.
The match was great. Moonsault was great.
Which was Garza with the moonsault, correct?
Moonsault, Garza.
So cool. Antonio Garza's been in the Southern 8 before.
Yep.
So you know, I saw a couple guys I wouldn't mind bringing back over for the Southern 8. So you never know, we may have a little lucha feel this year.
And
but
then,
overall, that match was really good.
The match with El Fuego. Do you remember the guy's name?
Yeah, Gino from Texas, I believe. He's either current Reality of Wrestling champion, or he just lost the title.
Yeah, for Booker.
Yeah, for Booker T.
Yeah. And I know for a fact these guys have been wanting to work each other for a while, and they finally got to. And I will say Gino is probably the worst of the best heels I've ever worked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
he's good at being bad.
He got me so far into the match, like I felt like it was a UFC match. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when you pull the ref in to be a fan, you did a job.
Yeah, he had me. Like, I was legit getting pissed at points. So I'm like,
ref's beating up the wrestler.
But it was good. I mean, we had a nice one fan outside. He was a complete jerk, and him and Gino kept going back and forth. And I'm like, any other place, this guy would be the bad guy, and this guy would be the good guy. But in reverse, in Mississippi, he was complete opposite.
Right. And that's the last match you ripped?
Yeah, but that's actually the only match I really want to see when it comes out on video.
I know there was a tag match as they crowned new tag team champions.
Yes, and poor Cornelius got stuck with
old referee Obama. He got that job, and he had never heard of lucha rules, much less
lucha tags was, man.
Much less has he refereed a lucha match, which was kind of fun in itself. And he had an eye-opening experience. But new tag team champions, and then he refereed Corey Constantine versus Tattoo, and he said that was a fun match, really good. Said he had been a fan of both those guys and was happy to be in there with them. And then the main event, we saw Matt Cross defeat Cortez Castro. Matt Cross is son of Havoc, formerly known as M-Dog 20. Phenomenal match.
Yeah, I actually went out to the crowd, took my shirt off, and went in regular street clothes to watch that match.
It was a bit of it was a fan come true dream for me, as those guys are some of the first guys I discovered in independent wrestling. Yep. And so it's really cool.
So that's one of the very first matches tapes me and you ever watched.
Yeah. So the Madman kind of introduced me to independent wrestling, so to speak. So it was very cool. I did get my Best of Backyard Wrestling VHS tape signed by Matt Cross. So yes, I am a dumb mark, but it's okay. I'm okay with it if you're okay with it. And then I had a PWG DVD with the Havana Pitbulls on the cover. So of course I had to be a mark and get that signed as well because hey, I'm a mark. But I didn't take a picture with them. So I mean, hey, that's It's got to stand for something, right? But overall, Matt Cross, brand new Hood Mark Lucha Libre champion. I don't know how often they're going to run events, but I think they're going to try to at least shoot for Cinco de Mayo weekend every year. So look forward to that coming back to somewhere in Mississippi. But overall, great showing for Hood Mark Lucha Libre.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the show as a fan and as a referee. I thought it was a great show.
Absolutely. Also, I watched The Dark Side of the Ring.
I got like 3 of them. I need to watch.
The Montreal Screw Job.
Yeah, that's one that Daryl told me about.
It was pretty fun. You have guys saying, hey, this was 100% a shoot. And then you got old Scott Hall over here going, don't give me that crap. He's like, this is going to be the biggest worked angle since Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler.
Think about it. It goes Beyond Shadows.
I tend to agree with
Wrestling with Shadows. My bad.
I tend to agree with Scott Hall.
That's a hell of a coincidence that I was sitting here's a documentary and then look at all this that goes on.
Yeah, and he was like, there was one point he's like, and Brett spits right in Vince's face, and the camera pans right up to Vince's face, and he's like, Vince has been making TV forever. You can't tell me that he see that shot in his head. So, either way, whether it's worked or shoot, it was phenomenal. It was well done, well hid, well played.
Have you ever seen Wrestling with Shadows?
Oh,
which
bunch.
is technically the first one of those.
But, it was awesome.
Well, in your opinion, you watched it. What do you think?
Oh, I think it was work.
Really?
And my point, it comes from the fact that I'm with Scott Hall. Too much got aired.
Yeah.
For it to be a shoot.
Okay.
Brett writing WCW. I mean, I could give you the documentary being a coincidence. Like, okay, I was sold on that. And for the longest time, I would have argued with you that it was a complete shoot. But as I've gotten older and I realized too much got shown on TV, the actual TV part.
Well, was it better to hide it? Or to
absolutely.
So no. I never could figure that out.
Nowadays, you hide it. Enzo and Cass running in at Ring of Honor, and they didn't show it, but you could hear it, and then, there's something going on up here, but we can't show it.
Yeah.
Now you have to hide it to make people believe that it's not there.
Yeah.
But back then, oh crap, we got lucky and saw live TV because that's what they were going for. They were going for that live TV feel. This is live. Anything can happen. And anything did. Look, we're going to cover it because it's live. I think that was just the perfect scenario. I think it was perfect time, place, and people. The internet was starting to become a thing back then, and you had all these message boards, and they were leaking out the how Brett hates Sean and Sean hates Brett, and these guys are trying to work together, but they really hate each other, so they let all that out. And overall, I think they did a phenomenal job. Either way, whether it's real or not.
Let me ask you this: were you watching it live?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Me too. I was just curious,
and I was like,
"What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
No, not WCW.
I'm like, come on, man. Like, it was just too. It was.
Yeah.
Everybody won. And people go, well, yeah, but it screwed Brett up and this and that. I think a lot of that had to happen with Owen passing away.
A lot of his problems because he didn't have very many good matches in WCW.
Well, but I think that was he wouldn't have had that many problems with the screw. I mean, that many good matches with the screw job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
WCW were known for not knowing what to do when they got people. And I'm a WCW fan for the most part. I mean, I'm a bigger WWF because it had more of the characters and stuff that I like. But now, as I gotten older, I appreciate a lot of the WCW stuff. But at the same time, they had no idea what they were doing. And it showed. You'd have a match that meant nothing have 18 run-ins. Like, why? You got people run in, they were fighting in the back, so now they're running out here. Like, it didn't even make any sense.
They fell into the Goldberg streak.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of stuff right. You know what I mean? They got the Goldberg thing right. They got building DDP was right. They had a lot of stuff. I mean, I wanted to be in the flock. Like, they did a lot of stuff that was right.
Who was your favorite flock member besides Raven? That don't count.
Kidman. I like to.
Yeah, I did too. That was my favorite Kidman.
I liked Kidman.
Saturn. And tights. I was just like, who cares?
I dug Saturn. I was a big fan of Lodi, just a sign guy or whatever. just because he had creative signs. I mean, overall, I just wanted to be in the
Let me
flock.
ask you this: is it me or does Stardust kind of have a flock? Same mental screw jobs that Raven put on his people, he puts on his. He doesn't sit in the corner.
Yeah. But he does have shoes that don't have laces. They have dial-up knobs.
What?
It literally has a knob that you turn to tighten the shoe. It's phenomenal.
Sweet.
I don't know if they're from outer space or something. I don't know.
It's like high-tech Velcro shoes. Huh?
No, not Velcro.
I said high-tech versions.
No, a knob. And it clicks, click, 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 tight. Phenomenal. I'm telling you, they're straight out of I think they're only for sale on the Stir Ship. I don't think you can get them anywhere else. And they're silver, so you know they're from outer space.
I'm about to get a good look at it next time.
But yeah, so it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Sweet. But yeah, I could see the flock being, I can see that. Flock, constellation, it's kind of the same thing.
Well, both in the sky, ain't they?
I mean, flock had, Ron
boy.
Reese. He has Ursa Major.
Van Hammer.
Flock had Van Hammer. They have Alex Graves. Flock had Saturn. They have O'Hagan. They're both bald.
Yep.
So yeah, I can see it. I mean, all he needs is a dude around there scratching, and he'd be happy.
Alex looked like, man, he might have an itch or two.
Yeah, he's probably got something that makes him scratch in weird places. But anyway, did you watch MLW?
Yes, I did.
I started watching MLW, haven't finished it, but quick run out. Is it good?
I'll just give you the matches.
Still good?
Yeah, I enjoyed the whole show. This is one of them, like, I would tell anybody to go watch the whole thing. I enjoyed all of it.
Coolest part, Selena De La Renta has taken over because of Cinco de Mayo weekend. So it's the
Is that
Selena
what
show.
it was?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, that was the only part I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
why the
the,
hell is she in charge?
It's the Selena De La Renta day. They put her in charge to give it the.
In all honesty, it was a great show.
Yeah, the Hispanic feel.
So
overall, it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Beautiful woman, a nice little shortcut dress, and I mean, everybody enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
To me, this was probably the best Loki match I've seen in probably 2 years.
For sure.
Him
Loki and Daga
tore up, man. I was like, holy crap, Loki's back.
Yeah.
Because they'd been having them little short bullcrap matches. I was like, God, give me a match, dude. I
It was
know you
good.
can do more than this.
It was really good. Gringo Loco and El Hijo de LA Park was really good.
Yeah, it's probably a good 10-minute match.
I have not seen the main event.
I won't spoil it for you, but it's a hell of a match.
But it's Pentagon versus La Parka or LA Park. Papa Park.
Yeah.
So overall, phenomenal.
And I'm sorry, I thought I was gonna miss Tony Schiavone, but Jim Cornette makes up for him.
For sure.
I mean, I love hearing them older guys get called the wrestler.
Right.
I really do.
But overall, it was good. We're 2 weeks away from Path to Pride 6.
Mm-hmm.
John Davis, J.D. Jenkins, Chance Alden, Ray Fury, Cassandra Golden, Bristol Hale, Matt Kenway, Britt Jackson, Wes Warren, Corey Roberts, Sterling, sorry. I may not put you on a poster, but we'll tell you here.
Many minds of Jim Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's got more personalities than, Woodstock or something. I don't even know what to compare it to. But the dude's insane.
Foley had 3.
Yeah, I think Sterling's got 18. So once they all start fighting over each other, we'll have the Jim Sterling Battle Royal with one person in it. And you just have to zoom in real close and see what's going on inside his head.
Match, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, so overall we look forward to that. And now we're going to get, we both got some figures that we picked up over the past week. Some thrift store finds, some gimmick table finds, some birthday presents, whatever. However we got them. They're loose figures. Some of them may be oddball figures, but hey, we got them. So here we go. What do you got?
I'll show you what my mom found this at a thrift store. What the hell are you doing?
I got tape on the box.
Oh, but it's Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, it's got those skulls around it?
1999, yeah, if you see the bottom.
That's cool.
But it's very highly detailed. Basically, I thought it was going to be a bobblehead because the way it is designed, but it's not. But she found that and gave it to me as 1999 WCW.
Oh, let's see that.
But,
like heavy plastic.
Oh, yeah, it's heavy. Like
Yeah.
Got a little.
Yeah, it looks like
stuff
maybe
on
he
it,
sat too
but-
close to the heater or a cigarette.
Yeah.
He may have been
but
smoking in this.
I actually think it can be cleaned. I have not tried yet. I've only had it just a little while.
It's very cool. Here goes the 1990 WCW right in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's hard to see because
But,
it's all the same
yeah.
color.
Overall, very cool. Very cool. Cool details. So I dig that. For sure.
But like I said, for wherever she found it, it's
Yeah.
a hell of a find.
Oh yeah, I mean it's hard to find WCW merchandise.
Well,
you know,
I'm trying to find Bret Hart. Period. Now.
for sure. All right, what else we got?
Then I was at the. It's called Mom's Trash Bag. Where the hell's the foam wrestler?
That's all somber.
Is that all I grabbed?
Yep, you didn't
I
bring it.
didn't bring the other ones. Okay, my bad. I thought I brought the other ones. But I picked these up. They were in a box. And it's actually...
LOD.
No.
No, Road Warriors.
Road Warriors from AWA.
Nice.
And these are very, very,
See
very,
one?
very hard to find.
Yeah.
And I found them in a box.
Yeah, see, 1985 Remco, New York, made in China.
Yep. But
Hard bodies,
very.
soft, squishable heads. That's kind of cool.
Which, that's pretty much a lie on him because he never was jacked like that. He was always kind of a thick, muscle guy.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
like
but come on, 1985.
Hulk is like dead on Hulk almost. Animal, he could be a little thicker in midsection. That's about it. But
Oh, there's face
freaking
paint.
amazing stuff, man. I mean, these are very hard to find. I got them for $5.
Oh, wow.
And they're worth a hell of a lot more than $5.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, we're about on the same year. I was putting out posters and things and around Pearl. Pearl has several like secondhand stores, thrift shops, that kind of thing. So as I would put a poster up, I would go, hey, do you have anything wrestling related? Most said no. One or two had like some WWE stuff. And one guy was like, I think we've got an old Hulk Hogan figure from, we've had for 4 or 5 years. So let me go see if I can find it. So he leaves, he comes back and goes, yeah, I found it. And he's like, they got $3 on here, give me $2. I'm like, cool. Now, right away, I knew something was off with this Hulk Hogan figure. As you can tell, there's no red and yellow. There's no black and white NWO
You know what
stuff.
he's dressed like?
So I was like, okay, I definitely want it. Because I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody put Hulk Hogan on a He-Man body or something. So I got to looking on the back of it, and on the back says 1983 United Artist Corps.
He's
So-
Thunderlips.
So it's not a Hulk Hogan figure.
Well, technically
It is a Thunderlips figure from Rocky 3.
Yes.
So that made that even more cooler.
I knew it says I saw the white.
Yeah. So see, I've seen it, but I was a kid when I saw that movie.
Yeah, I love Rocky.
So I don't really remember it.
I have a
But
huge Rocky poster in my room.
overall, it's in really good shape. It's got a little bit of coloration on one of the arms, but I think maybe that's from Rocky's nose when he busted it. I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Got that Rocky Balboa blood right there on the arm. So pretty cool figure.
That's cool. That's probably a very hard one to find.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. But it's the similar. I think maybe the same company might have made it. Hard plastic, soft head.
Yeah, that's how those are.
So
and that would have been about the same time period.
yeah, 2
right?
years difference.
Yeah.
So it's very cool. Then this weekend,
I'm still not sure on that one.
I've done a little research on this figure. I found a Paul Bearer figure
Yes,
with blonde
that's
hair. What I have discovered is
That's when he managed Kane, right?
this is a variant.
Mm-hmm.
They put out Paul Bearer with black hair,
Yeah.
but then they did a variant with only so many going out of Paul Bearer with blonde hair.
Oh,
So this is actually the more valuable of the two. However, what he is missing in this hand right here,
the urn.
the urn. So I'm going to be on the lookout for an urn.
You got to earn it.
Got to earn it, and it's gonna be really cool. I am a huge Paul Bearer fan. I do find that maybe I'm more of a manager fan than wrestling fan
I
sometimes.
love those.
Some of my favorites are Paulie Dangerously, Paul Bearer, Jim Cornette, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jimmy Hart. Like, I'm a big manager fan.
That's very cool.
Queen Sherry, like,
Because when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be Percy Pringle because he was Percy Pringle with blonde hair.
I mean, he really doesn't
third,
move,
right? Yeah,
but his arms
he never was much
up and down, but his elbows are pretty there.
Did you ever see any of his matches where he actually wrestled?
Yeah, I saw him.
Those are decent. I'm more than I ever expected of Percy Pringle.
Percy Pringle got a lot of his start here in Mississippi.
Yes, he was like a jobber guy.
There is a match, and you can find bits and pieces of it. Percy Pringle versus Easy Slapowitz in Mississippi for ICWA. It was promoted, or not ICWA, ICW. It was promoted by the Curtis brothers, later Gil Colkins and his dad, the Colkin Promotions. So very cool, but bloody match. Very reminiscent of who is it, Francine and Todd Gordon, or
yes.
Fonzie or whoever in ECW.
Fonzie.
Yeah, where they just like, we don't know what we're doing, so we're just gonna beat the crap out of each other.
They did a hell of a Hurricane Rana.
That's pretty much what happened in this match. Yeah. So very cool figures for me. I did bubble wrap mine and put them in a box. Just because I was going to be traveling with them.
Walmart treatment.
So I'm going to put those up at home. But yeah, let us know if you enjoyed these little thrift store finds, action figures.
I still got several more to bring.
Yeah, me too. I've got several things. We're going to be doing a mystery box today as well. It's going to be loaded up later this week. But that's it for this episode. Path to Pride 6, May 18th, Pearl, Mississippi. Be sure to be there. It's the second biggest show of our year, kind of our WrestleMania, so to speak. And
this will be more like SummerSlam, bro. Summer.
Yeah, SummerSlam. This is our WrestleSlam. We're somewhere in the middle. But hope to see all you there. And then until next week,
Watch wrestling.
watch wrestling. Later.